Earlier this week, Silverstream, Charolais and Hereford stud co-owners, Brent and Anna Fisher, held an auction on their property near Motukarara in Canterbury. A few hours before it got underway, Cosmo Kentish Barnes caught up with Brent to find out what was going under the hammer.
So it's our annual on-farm bull sale. So we have 2 bull sales a year. One's just an online one that we do in October, and this is sort of our main event, whereby we have about 60 odd Charolais and we got 15 Herefords catalogued up. So yeah, big day of the year really.
And we are looking at about a dozen Charolais now. How would you describe them for our listeners?
Well, I guess, this is the middle pen of bulls here, and that's probably just how we like to sort of see our bulls, sort of not too big a frame, moderate, meaty, very sound, with good bone in them. So most of those bulls will sort of get used in a crossbreeding situation, so they'll be used to put a bit more yield and a bit more growth into their progeny.
And they're a whitish brown colour with quite a thick coat.
Yes, yeah. Well, particularly in this part of the world, people like the good coats on them.
Now the bulls are very calm. A couple of people have just walked into a paddock with them, and they don't seem to be concerned at all.
No. Well, generally speaking, boys being boys, they can be something just all of a sudden sparks them. One of them must say the wrong thing to another one, and all the rest. But right at this stage, they're very calm. And of course, the longer the day goes, generally, the better they get too. So as long as they've got food in their belly, they tend to be relatively happy.
How old are most of the bulls that you're selling?
Well, they'll be 2 in September, October. So we calve, we would have our first of them born about September through to sort of October.
Is it a good time to be having an auction at the moment? Is it a buyer's market or a seller's market?
Well, I guess we'll know a little bit more, like in a few hours, but generally speaking, the better end bulls have been selling quite well. There's no doubt that people are doing it tough out there at the moment. There's a lot of things against the farming community, in the sheep and beef world at the moment. So, yeah, it's challenging, that's for sure. So I think people will be a lot more cautious than they normally are. But at the same time, they're investing for the long term, and people like to sort of make sure that they get what they want.
Have you got a ballpark figure for an average price across all the bulls you're selling?
It's a bit hard to say. Like last year, the commercial end of the bulls, they were sort of ranging from probably about 5.5, 6 through to 12, 13, and then, if there's the odd stud bull, well, sometimes they just go a bit more, but that's fairly fickle, really, just as to who turns up on the day and whether they all concentrate on the same bull or not. So, yeah, I think in this particular lineup, we've got a number of bulls that could suit the stud industry, so it just depends on where they fall, really.
Could we go and have a look at your best bull here?
Yep, we can.
How many people are you expecting to turn up today?
There's normally a couple of hundred arrive, but you just don't know. And the other thing is nowadays, the online platform plays such a big part. In the last few years we've been selling 20-25% have been going to online buyers. So yeah, there's often just as many out watching really.
So you've got the on-site auctioneers here, but also people can bid from home.
Yes, absolutely, and that works amazingly well. And this is only the 3rd sale where we've actually had the online thing going. So yeah, it's been a big part of our operation now.
Now, even though the sale isn't due to start until 2 o'clock today, There are quite a few people here already.
Yes, a lot of people fly in, so just depends on when their flights arrive. So yeah.
Oh, so people come from all over the country?
Yes, yeah. So there's people from Northland to Southland and everywhere in between.
Do you love these sale days?
I wouldn't say I love them. I wouldn't say I love them. No, we love breeding them. I think it's a bit of an addiction, really. So, yeah, we love breeding them, but I think the selling part of it's probably doesn't come as natural to us as it could do. Yeah.
How important is this day for your farming business?
Yeah, it's a big part of it. Like the stud Charolais and the Herefords are, they are a big part of what we do. And I guess over the years it's become a bigger and bigger part of it. And this really is a big shop window day for us. So yeah, it does mean a lot to us to sort of, get it right, really.
Yeah. Oh, well, let's go and have a look at your best boy.
So that bull out there is lot 18 in the sale, and he's a bull that we really like. And just because we like it doesn't necessarily mean that the buyers will like it. But
why do you like him so much?
Well, Charolais as a breed naturally are a horned breed. And so with a lot of the rules and regulations around dehorning and things like that, we've had to try and get the cattle to the stage where they're polled and then ideally homozygous polled. So that particular bull, he's homozygous polled, but yet he's just a beautiful animal as well. So he's so structurally sound. He's got very, very good bloodlines. He's out of an exceptionally good cow by a bull that's done a great job for us. So yeah, he's particularly good.
How much do you think he's worth?
Well, it should make in the 20s, but it just really does depend on the competition on the day, really, and who else wants to buy them. Like we had our top bull last year made 65,000, and that really just came down to competition.
Were you expecting that much money for one bull?
No. You certainly. I think this is our 36th sale, and from what we've learned is that you're better to have very low expectations, and yeah. Yeah.
You've also got another block of farmland where a lot of these bulls graze, and people might know where that is because you've erected a life-sized sculpture of a Charolais bull beside the road.
Yeah. So that's on the main Akaroa Highway. So that's a hill block. Of course, main Akaroa Highway gets a lot of traffic. So it's worked out pretty good. He certainly created a fair bit of attention.
Do you get quite a lot of feedback?
Oh, I get tremendous feedback. And in fact, just the other day, someone just left a note in our letterbox and said, we just live in the next valley, and we drive past the bull every day, and every time we see him, it puts a smile on our face. So that's pretty cool. And my wife Anna, she put solar lights underneath him, and he glows up at night. So at the end of the day, it becomes a bit of a landmark. I think he's only been up about 4 or 5 months, but he's already on Google Maps as a destination. So yeah, he certainly created some attention, that's for sure.
Brent Fisher there at the Silverstream Charolais and Hereford stud sale near Motukarara in Canterbury, talking to Cosmo Kentish Barnes. He said the price was down a bit on last year. The average bull price at the sale was $8,466 for the 60 Charolais, $7,345 for the 15 Herefords, and the top Charolais bull that Brent singled out, lot 18, sold for $24,000.